I told you guys when Caroline said that she was friends with Nigel Farage, I said that from time you're friends with someone like this, certain views you might have, or what else did I say? I said that she's lost some points for me. This episode, there's no coming back. Yeah, there's just no coming back. And Tasha's being nice by saying, "Oh, you're misinformed, this, that, and the fact." No, she's fully informed of everything that's happening. Don't let this woman play in your face. Yeah, don't actually let her play in your face like that. Yeah, we're not falling for the, oh, I'm misinformed. You are 60 years of age and you're telling me you're misinformed. And you're telling me you don't know much and you're pretending like you don't know what's going on in the world. Caroline, actually give it a rest. You're friends with Nigel Farage, like actually give it a rest. I'm not actually here for it. This episode, there's a few things I'm gonna have to say. But yeah, before we get into that, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And as you guys already know, I'm on the road to 10,000 subscribers. And, oh, before I actually get into the review, yes, I didn't upload a review yesterday. I'll be very honest with you guys, I was extremely tired. If I'm giving, let me try and move this. There, it didn't look straight to me. Okay, cool. If I'm recording a video like this for you guys and I'm like this and like, I'm talking to you like this and I'm giving the energy, like, you guys are not going to be interested. I need to have like 100%, and even if I'm not 100%, at least like 80% energy. I was at zero. I had zero energy yesterday, right? I had to do some stuff and I came home. I even started taking notes. I said, do I just write it out and do it? I can't fake it. I literally went to bed very early yesterday. And yeah, there was no review. I even tried to go live for a little bit on TikTok. It just wasn't cutting it. So I was like, nah, Tara, have your rest that you deserve. But yes, I'm back today with a review. But yeah, I've rambled on enough now. Let me just get straight into it. So the episode starts off with Sam in the diary room, and they are talking, saying that they will be getting that they are aware that they may get nominated today. Big Brother ends up gathering the housemates, and it's nomination time. Caroline is immune and Tate has to do face-to-face nominations. Caroline is smart because she knew she would have got nominated. That's why she picked the immunity. Or that's why she bidded for the immunity, shall I say. So Caroline's first nomination was Richard. What was her reasoning again? What was the reasoning? She thinks he's boring. She thinks he's on the fence. I think that was her reasoning. Yeah, basically like for him to have some balls, basically. And the other was Fashola. Her reasoning for Fashola, complete bollocks to me, but everyone's entitled to their opinion. The reasoning for Fashola was she feels like Fashola's the ringleader and everyone's following her. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, we then get to Jenny. Pretty obvious, Sam and Nancy. There's no explanation there as to why. It's pretty self-explanatory. Fashola picked Tate and Nancy. Nancy being, again, obvious reasons. And I guess with that being said, people are feeling like they can't trust Nancy now due to how she kind of like flipped on Jenny, because you would think that them two were friends. That's what I'm saying. It's not out of thin air where people are thinking, or it's not like not out of thin air. It's not like people are saying, oh no, we saw where Nancy was. It was literally so random to everybody else as well. So that's why Nancy's kind of getting it a lot. And she also picked Tate. And I feel like at first I was agreeing with the reasoning. I'll be real. At first I was agreeing with the whole reasoning as to why Tate got picked. But then later on in the episode, I was realizing, like, basically, okay, so in this regards, right? If you have an opinion about something, don't be afraid to voice it. Just know that, just make sure it's in a respectful manner. I don't know why people are so afraid to voice their opinion. There's actually nothing wrong with it. Just be respectful with what you're saying. It's not that hard. But some of you like to say free speech, and be disrespecting people in the process. That's the problem. Free speech is still there. As much as you want. Yeah, free speech doesn't mean you're free from consequences though as well. Like if I wanted to talk about a situation, I'm trying to think of a controversial. Actually, let me not make that video like that. Maybe that could be for a separate video. But if I wanted to talk about something controversial, I'll say my piece, but I'll make sure and try and keep it as respectful as possible. Obviously, my opinion will still upset people, but the fact that I know within myself I've kept it respectful, that's everyone else's business if they get upset. Because my duty was to keep it respectful and to keep it within respectful guidelines. But I do understand where the facial is coming from. It's like sitting on the fence. There's only so much you can sit on the fence. You have to eventually like either say your piece, say how you really feel about a situation, or like pick a side. And Tate is like, he is actually always on the fence. And even Big Brother had to boot him off the fence today, but we'll get to it when we get to it. Tasia ended up picking Tate and Nancy. Similar reason for both actually. For both of them, that similar reason to what Faishola had given. Marcus voted Nancy and Sam. Nancy voted for Jenny and Cameron K. She feels like Cameron K's stories are too boring, or that he takes too long, to explain a story. Cameron K picked Nancy and Sam. Elsa picked Sam and Zila. I was very shocked for Zila to get put on there, but I guess if you don't have a connection with someone, that is actually a valid reason to put them down. Richard picked Nancy and again Elsa. I don't think them two have connected on a level to the fact where he could be like, I'm going to save her. I don't even see them two talk, so it makes sense. And then they're all shouting Richard's name. Me personally, if people were shouting my name like that, I'm running into the bedroom. Because why is everyone screaming my name? I'll actually run into the bedroom. I'll be like, is there an emergency? Like, what's happening? Why is everyone screaming my name? I promise you I'm running the other direction. One thing about black people that I can tell you, we run from the danger. We don't run towards it. So when I'm hearing all this shouting, I'm running the opposite direction, you know. I don't play that. Sam ended up picking Tate and Tasia. And then Zila picked Nancy and Tate. The most people that picked Tate was for... Apart from Sam, Sam's reasoning was when George when George mocked Sam and Tate and Cameron B were laughing, Sam felt quite uncomfortable in that situation, which is understandable. And again, Zila picking Tate for obvious reasons, thinks that when there's like a political, like when there's like a serious conversation, he will never voice his opinion. Like, you don't know, people are finding it hard to read him. You don't know where he stands. And I don't like people like that. It's like, you're very wishy-washy. I don't know where you stand. I don't know how to really feel about you. Because it's like, I know there's more to you, but I don't know if it's because you know you're on TV. I don't know if it's because you know the cameras are rolling. Are you playing to this kind of particular, I don't want to come across like the bad guy? Because I guess some people do worry about that going on to TV. You see me, I would not care. If you think I'm a bad guy, then I'm the bad guy. I'll play the villain each and every time. To you, if I'm the villain in your story, then I'm the villain in your story. It is what it is. Tate now does the face-to-face nominations. And Tate picked Sam, and it ended up picking Tasia. Tate ended up giving a reason for Tasia before. Let me see if I can try and remember the reasoning. It was the one before he said about the Cameron B situation. It was something to do with the eyes. Oh, it was that the fact that she took 10 eyes from someone else, and I was like, that is not a valid reason. Like, come on, you and I both know, like, that's not a reason. You're just trying to find something to say to kind of cover yourself. And it's like, Tate, you know, the whole situation between Nancy and Sam was just like, who did he pick? So he picked Sam. You should have really, the hindsight, you should have picked Nancy. Like, read the room, you should have picked Nancy. But instead, you're trying to, like, you're picking Tasia for what? Like, I'm just wondering, like, you're entitled to pick who you're picking, but even the second reason is for a reason that it didn't really involve you. It was between her and Cameron B when she said Cameron B was a weirdo. And like I said, I'm glad Tasia is standing on business. You're saying it's due to her age. It's got nothing to do with her age. If she feels Cameron B is a weirdo, then that's what Cameron B is to her. She's entitled to that opinion. But obviously, you're going to back your friend. It makes sense. I hear it. I'll back my friend too. So at least in that way, we can say that you're loyal to your friend. In a way. Tate then ends up coming to cop pleas with Tasia, and this is what they're literally talking about in the house about you. You're trying to be nice guy too much. Like, you know when someone tries to be nice guy too much, it's actually like, but are you actually a nice person now? Because it's like, you don't need to keep trying to pretend to be nice. Or I'm not saying you're pretending, but it's like, you don't need to try and come and cop please with Tasia. Oh, trust me, I really didn't want to do that. You done it. Stand on it. I had to pick you. And if I have to do it again, if there's a reason why I have to do it again, I'll do it again. But obviously you can't say that. Stand on it. Everyone has to do nominations at some point. It is what you just happen to have. You just have to do face to face. It's just one of those things. And when you're doing it, look into the person's eyes as well. So there's that respect there. It's like, I obviously I didn't want to pick you, but I had to pick somebody. It is what it is. Like, let's not do the copying of the pleas. Let's not do that. Like, people need to actually stand on what they're saying. It's actually, to me, it's like stuff like that. It's icky behavior. I don't like people that don't stand on what they say. I don't like shit like that. It's like, because then now if you can't stand on what you're saying, how am I supposed to trust you? I can't trust you. Even Big Brother had rejected the first reason that Tate had given. It wasn't a valid reason. Oh no, I already said that. I'm going backwards. Tate's just basically saying Tate never wants to rock the boat in here. He's always like on the fence. People are reading into it. Not reading into it. People are they're clocking. Like, you need to get involved more or voice your opinion. Just voice your opinion. It doesn't have to be about political thing because we'll get to that when we get to it. But you can voice your opinion. You can have your opinion about stuff. Have your say. It's okay. People are not going to judge you for having your say. Just so long as you keep it within respectable boundaries, ain't nobody got shit to say. Literally. So the results are in, and obviously Nancy and Sam got the most nominations, so they are up for the fake eviction. They don't know that, but us as the public know it's a fake eviction, so no one's actually going home this week. They're just going to go into like a secret room or another building. I don't know. I think it's a secret room they're going to go into with two previous housemates. So I'm interested to see. Some people are saying that other housemates from previous seasons may come in. I'm not quite sure that's what it is. It might be from this season. But maybe it could be other former, I don't know, but it's saying former housemates. I'm guessing it's from this season. I'm sticking to Emily and who else did I say? Gani. I'm gonna stick to them. I'm actually gonna stick to them. Caroline has planted the seed in front of Richard, so saying something about how, you know, she wants to do the shopping list next week and then just order everything negative. And then she's saying to Nancy, and who else did she say it to? She said to someone else, let's see if it'll get back to other people in the house. So she's basically saying things on purpose to see if Richard will go back and tell. She has a vendetta against Richard, guys. And that's why Caroline needs to get out. She has a vendetta. I don't know what it is, but she has a personal vendetta against Richard. Okay, we get it. He snitched. Okay, we get it. But that's past now. You're still hung up on that. But again, Zila forgave you for what you said. So can we move on? Can we actually move on? Like, it's old news now. For me, it's not entertaining. At this point, it's like Richard is not even studying you, but you're there studying him. It's not making sense. It's coming like you're jealous. Bearing in mind, the public love Richard. We don't love you. So the minute you're nominated, it's actually curtains for you. Like, this is why she's protected for. I promise you, she's protected for a certain period of time. Caroline, your days are numbered. Just like I said, from when you said what you said to Zila, your days are actually numbered. Like, you can protect yourself for now. When the 2 weeks are up, the 7 weeks won't be over, you know, so you'll be going. Don't get that twisted, I promise you. Elsa and Tasia are having a conversation saying that Tate has valid reason, but they don't want to say the valid reason. So basically he has the main reasons in his head, but obviously he's not gonna come out and say it. And people are trying to clock that they're clocking now that Tate is trying to be this nice guy, when really and truly they're not saying that he's not, but it's like, what are you really thinking? What's really up in that mind? Like, you don't stand for nothing. Like, what's tea? Nancy and Sam are consoling each other outside as they are both up for eviction, and they're both basically saying that they've gained a friend in each other. Then the housemates get to talking politics. Caroline is now wondering why all these people are coming to the UK. I just want to put out there, there's nothing wrong with asking questions, but then when people are trying to explain stuff to you and you're still there trying to ask questions as if the question wasn't just answered, you already have them thoughts in your head already. You're trying to play it smart, but we can see through your bullshit. And what pissed me off about this episode as well with Caroline is she was saying, "Oh, how does Tasia know that my experiences are different to hers? You're a white woman. You are a white woman. You are a white woman. If you was a white man, then you're at the top of the food chain, but you're a white woman. So you're not right at the top, but you're up there because of your skin color. That's just matter of the fact. If no one else is gonna say it, I'm gonna say it. For her to be like, why would my experiences be different? She's like, you don't know what I've been through. Caroline, actually be quiet. I can't lie to you. And I'm being very respectful when I'm saying it. Actually be quiet. Be quiet. From the time you said you was friends with Nigel Farage, I was like, it's a wrap. And I was starting to see, you think just like these right wingers. Just stand on it. It's fine. Like Tasia said, I would prefer if people have views and they stand on it, so at least I know where I stand with you. When you're there trying to pretend like, oh, I'm just like asking questions, I'm trying to get to know, you already know what you know. Like you said, you've been on this earth a lot longer than Tasia, so you know what's going on. So let's not do let me pretend like I'm being educational and trying to ask questions, because that's not what it's about. Let's actually be real. Tate ended up walking off, and in my head at first I was like, Tate, this is what they're talking about. When things get hot, now you're walking away. But then he said something in the diary room where he was like, he doesn't want to share opinions on stuff when he's not educated on it. And I was like, I didn't even think of that, because I'm the same. Guys, as you lot know, I do social media. So like when I'm talking about topics or I'm talking about serious things, best believe I've done my research before I talk on these things. That's why you always see me with notes. Because the opinions I have or I would have about a situation is because I've done my notes. So I'm having an opinion. Obviously, I'll read out the fact and then give my opinion based on the fact presented. I will never just hear of a case or something and just talk freely on it. Oh my God, you know how much trouble you can get in for doing that. So I get where Tate's coming from. In terms of politics, yes. If you're not educated on it, don't speak on it. You'll make yourself look stupid. Don't talk on it. But like in terms of like general stuff that's like going on around the house, like if someone has done something wrong, for example, like Nancy and Sam, okay, yeah, you nominated Sam. But even the reasoning for Sam, I just deeped it. Even the reasoning for Sam wasn't the reasoning due to the whole Nancy situation. It was something to do with the eyes. So it was like something dumb. I just clocked. It wasn't even for that reason. So yes, you know something. You know they messed up in the house, but you're playing it safe. So like, for example, a situation like that, that's where people want to see you kind of like speaking out more, giving your opinion more. We're not saying you have to know everything about politics. That's not what we're saying, but you speak out more. And Caroline is saying that she's in a naughty mood. She's saying, she's going inside saying how she was called thick. And I was like, no one called you thick. She's like, people are thick. So if the shoe fits, then you must be thick. It is what it is. And then this is when she was saying like how she knows that, how does Tasia know that her life experiences are different to mine. And she was like, what? Because of skin color? Yes, Caroline. But you already know this. I'm not going to play into your foolishness. You already know this. I'm not going to get myself worked up over this ignorance. I'm not about to do that tonight. It's coming up to 11. I want to at least have an hour and a half to kind of rest before I go to bed. And I don't want to be hot. So I'm not about to rip into this woman. I'm not about to do it. It will look like I'm bullying. I promise you. Because really and truly, I'm tired. My stomach's hurting me. I'm not really in the finest of moods right now. So I don't want to get too hot where I'm end up ripping into this woman, because that's what I'll do. And I'll feel no type of way either. I don't care if I will lose subscribers. I don't care about all that stuff. I stand on what I stand on. So I don't play the fence on shit. Yeah? I stand on what I stand on. So yeah. But guys, that's it for today's review. If you guys have enjoyed, please be sure to like, comment and subscribe. As you already know, we're on the road to 10,000 subscribers. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Take care. Actually, before I go, you guys are probably gone already, but if you haven't, just a reminder, Love is Blind is back tomorrow, so I'll be back with a Love is Blind review. All right, take care.